Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit. It's the NFL on EA Sports, and center stage belongs to Matthew Stafford. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Rams and the Bears, next on Madden Football.
And here it is, one of the NFL's truly iconic stadiums, and the oldest one still in use. It's Soldier Field in Chicago. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Ball is teed up. Joshua Carty to do the honors. And here we go from Chicago. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And leading them out to the #1 overall pick in this year's draft out of USC, a player with immense promise, Caleb Williams.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Staying grounded with Swift. Making defenders pay for trying to tackle him. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Chicago first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's across midfield into Rams territory. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Going run again with Swift. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Third and just 2 to go. Running behind center with Swift. And he's brought down for a loss.
You can keep your job in the NFL as a D tackle if you eat up space. You really can. But you make that bag when you could defeat blocks, penetrate, and create runs for losses as a defensive tackle.
On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. So here come the Rams on offense, ready for their opening drive. And they're brought out by the 16-year pro, rebounded from an injury last season, Matthew Stafford.
Some tough luck last week for this quarterback, Kate. 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception, and you just know the way it works. These coaches love to tell us they always think about the losses. They sting way more than the wins. It's the same thing with the quarterback. He's not thinking about the touchdowns. He's thinking about correcting that interception and knowing right here he's got to play some clean ball.
Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. It goes as a pickup of 37 yards. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Stafford now on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. They fake the handoff, now Stafford. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football. The Legion of Boom, obviously, out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone. Trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Working inside the red zone. Catch is made in close. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now Stafford again. The back grabs it. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of this.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
On comes Joshua Carty and the Rams field goal unit to try it on 4th down. This from 30 yards out. Sly's kick is up and good. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And that carry gets him up to the 44 on a solid gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now a give to Swift. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. The Rams headed back after their 2nd drive now. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. This one's caught. It's cut near the sideline. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. We're going to get a challenge here. The Bears do not agree with that last call. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
All right, so that challenge is unsuccessful, but still a chance to earn a third one if their next challenge leads to an overturned call. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw. It changed its direction.
To the sideline, and he has the catch. Tough play for a small gain, but it does get the first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
On first down, here's Stafford. Able to find Nakua here. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings them to third down. We send a man in motion. Throwing is Stafford on third. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He gets this to Tyler Scott. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Swift. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Williams. Escapes the puck. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. Torrey Taylor on to punt. And they could really use a good one here. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Rams will take possession. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. He'll get this to come. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard, well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. That's caught for the first. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Back to throw, here's Stafford. Short pass brought in. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Stafford from the gun. And they touch him down. Looks to be about 4 yards short of the sticks.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Stafford now on 3rd down. His pass caught by Nakua. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Working from the gun, here's Stafford. It's taken in by Williams. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. The Bears into the nickel for 3rd down. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Time for the 2nd quarter of play. It's Rams football. They'll need a big play to continue a nice drive. It's 3rd and very long. Stafford connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Now Stafford to throw. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams make it a 9-point advantage. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams make it a 10-point ball game. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Bears first down. They send a tight end in motion. Going to the ground again on first. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5. On the give, it's Swift. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it.
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
And his drive forward halted after a couple of yards. Jared Verse on the tackle. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Now Williams. Has his man, it's Swift. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. But that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Carney's kick is good. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
This return starts at the 5. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Rams and Matthew Stafford set to go back on offense. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Stafford now on first down. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. Cooper caught the intended receiver. And now they face 2nd down. Straight ahead with Williams. He finds space for a few yards that time. Kevin Byard there to bring him down. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. To throw, Stafford. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Williams to throw on first. That's caught, Keenan Allen. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1 play in, and already they're close to midfield. Williams on the play action. And that's incomplete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag. here following the penalty. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Now we're going to have a timeout for the players shaken up, and that's DeAndre Swift in some discomfort and being attended to. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, here's Herbert. And he's across midfield into Rams territory. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Williams from the gun. Komet pulls it in along the sideline. And he goes out a little short of the 40. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Williams to throw. Into traffic, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Off the play fake, Williams. Finds his target, Allen. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Herbert straight ahead. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Chicago 1st down. On the ground, it's Herbert again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Out of the pistol, Williams. And he'll score. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal. And I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in, and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears tie things 10-10. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Cup on the catch. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. And the Bears bring in an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. Another run for Williams. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Javon Dexter escorted him to the ground. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Stafford now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blitz coming for Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing, and that's keeping an offense off balance. Change up your looks, rotate your personnel, throw in some wrinkles, and once again, go hit that quarterback.
Short side option here. He's running left. And he'll get this across the 15 to about the 17. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
Fair catch called for and made. Looks like that's at the 36-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. He'll get this to Cup. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. The Rams are set to punt. Khalil Herbert's returning for the Bears. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Throw reeled in by Allen. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. Again, they'll run with Herbert. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. Torrey Taylor getting set to punt it once again. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And a fair catch made without incident just inside the 25. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be their football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Complete. It's Atwell. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. On 1st down, here's Stafford. This is hauled in by Atwell. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Now the Rams are going to use their 3rd and final timeout. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Now Stafford again. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. One final shot before halftime. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, LA. The Rams take a lead on the final play of the half. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. That one not easy, Brock. Threading the needle there. There was a lot of traffic in the end zone, but he found his man.
Yeah, that was an ill-advised decision, but when you give your receiver a chance, that's what they love. And sometimes you just have to trust your guys are better than theirs.
And his kick is good. What an ending to our opening half as they take the lead. That brings us to halftime with the visiting Rams out in front. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And they're drawing close to halftime with the Vikings out on top. Jordan Addison, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Michael Thomas, a touchdown reception. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And that one, all tied. Both these teams ready for the fight ahead. We're ready to get back to it as well. And to do just that, we'll hand it back over to Kate and Brock.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Return coming from the 6. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Rams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. That's taken in by Kupp. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down. Second half starts with a run by Williams. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Hit made by TJ Edwards. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground with Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. So consecutive 1-yard runs brings up 3rd and 8. Now Stafford to throw. It's taken in by Williams. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Man in motion here. Now we're on here with Blake Corum. And he found a gap to take this down to the 28. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. From the 28. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Stafford. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Pickup of 5 on that play. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Stafford back to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down. They fake the handoff now. Stafford. The Bears close it in, and they'll get him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong. Where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on 3rd down.
Slide's kick is up and good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Williams. Buying some time right. He tucks it and takes on. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Shotgun handoff to Herbert. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Jared Verse on the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Williams from the gun. Komet brings it in. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. So now here's 3rd and 5. Williams on the play action. Fires right away, but incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. They're out now, ready to punt it. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. The Rams ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. They're going play action. Cut for big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Give to Williams from the gun. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Up the gut they go with Williams. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. It's a gain of 4 there, and the Rams are going to have a first down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, here's what I know, Kate. And sadly, from personal experience, after this one's over, the QB, he's going to be the first one in the cold tub because he has been feeling the heat and paying the price all game long. At some point, you've got to find a way to protect the passer, or he's not going to endure this season.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Trying again following the set. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Jalen Johnson with the pick. And the Bears will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
That is just a big-time individual effort, Kate, defensively. First, he takes the ball away, and then he's looking for points, right? He turns from defense to offense, and one more move, and he might have broken it to the house.
The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Williams to throw. Completed here to Komet. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Into a crowd, and that pass is intercepted. And the Rams will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand. Stafford now on first down. He'll get this to Cup. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They'll get 18 yards there. And it brings up an LA first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Kate, I've probably seen a million balls thrown in my life, and maybe even more. From the time I was in high school all the way here to the pros, and over all these decades of watching guys throw it, and I'll tell you what, I never get tired of watching a laser like that.
Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15. Offense to the line for second down. Here's Stafford. He brings it in. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
You want to nerd out at the end of the year with me, Kate? We'll go back and look at the amount of time per completion in the league. The best of them are around 2.2 seconds. The guys that hold on to the longest, they're somewhere around 2.6 seconds. You give your quarterback that kind of eternity to throw, they'll find a completion. This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Sly's kick is up and good. There's a flag down, and if this is defensive, could give him a first down. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. So now then, after the penalty, this is first and goal. To throw, Stafford. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams parlay the interception into points. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Well, as they drive forward to one right now, looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
Point after converted from Cardi. And the Rams take a 3-possession lead. Cardi has it all teed up and ready to send it away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
Another try following the sack. Brought in right side. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. And that boot will instead be what starts our 4th quarter. We've reached the end of the 3rd. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. A conversion unlikely, but the offense is going for it. 4th and 13. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He beams one deep right side. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tre'Davious White. And the Rams have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Out come the Rams on offense. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard. Stafford from the gun. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
4th down, here's Stafford. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. The Bears about set for their next possession. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing. That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Now here's Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. Trying an inside give to Herbert. And he's hit at the line of scrimmage. The run outside returns nothing. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
The visitors and receiver Cooper Kupp taking the field once again. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. Williams now on 1st and 10. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. They'll run. This is Williams. And he's tackled for a short gain. Only a yard on the play. An improvement on their last one, but that brings up 3rd and 9. Straight ahead with Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a gain of 2. They're left with 4th and 7. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. From the right hash, 55 yards out. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And the lead goes unchanged from 17.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week, specifically because of that miss.
First down throw by Williams. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Herbert. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
He's on the move. He can run it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Escapes the pocket. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Bears get it back to within 2 possessions. Caleb Williams, the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Return coming from the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They motion the tight end over. Here's 2nd and 11. Short pass brought in. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Rams are going to have a first down. They fake the handoff now, Stafford. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. It's a gain of 22. And it brings up an LA first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now Stafford again. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Jalen Johnson with the pick. And the Bears have some new life in the fourth. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to attack this defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said. Some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
Here come the Bears back out on offense. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Herbert straight ahead. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Williams from the gun. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Out of the pistol, Williams. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
It's an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble there on 4th down, and they move those chains. Off the play fake, Williams. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Bears first down. It's a give here for Herbert. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Williams on the play action. Connects with his back, Khalil Herbert. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. This is going to be a 46-yarder. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls them back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. After the play, we've got a guy in some pain, and this is a worrying one. Cooper Kupp getting looked at. Remember, he's missed time in recent seasons with injury. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing now on first down, Stafford. This is hauled in by Atwell. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First and 10 from the 41. This is Williams. And this one doesn't go far. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Rams leading by 7. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Now it's Williams. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. They go with Williams on the counter. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. They send the tight end in motion. He'll throw it. While still throwing, and this is intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson has it. And the Bears have some new life in the 4th.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that one didn't make it all the way back for 6. Took some amazing effort from the guys making the tackle to save a touchdown, but still an outstanding return from a defense that sensed they needed the big play, and they found it.
Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And they brought out their kicker for a field goal their last possession. This time they'll look to bring him out for an extra point instead. Setting up to pass. That throw finds Komet. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 2nd and 3 now. From the gun, here's Herbert. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
And he has enough room to gain about 4. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. Now Herbert. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. One final shot here. Getting out to his left. And with no time left, he takes this into the end zone. Down to their last breath, Brock, and now they can tie it or go for the win. I still don't think everyone has quite processed that touchdown as time expired, Brock, but they don't have time. They've got to make the biggest decision of the game right now. Do you force overtime or do you go for this win?
Well, you said a key word right there, processed. And this is a process. You spend the week planning it, you got the numbers behind it, but ultimately, Kate, this comes down to gut and feel. I say it every time in these moments. You've had to use the last 4 quarters to make this decision, and it better not have been right in the moment. You better have made it before this drive began.
All right, so in overtime, Brock, we could see 1 possession or we could see 3+. If the team who gets it first scores, the game ends then and there. A field goal or less, and we play on, and their opponents get a chance to respond. And if we're still tied after those first 2 possessions, this soccer chick likes this. It's golden goal football, Brock. The next score would win. Gotta block that missed kick from their minds and refocus. Still a win to be had as overtime has begun. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. And they fought hard, not just against their opponents on the field, Brock, but the tens of thousands of opponents in the stands. And it's led him to a chance to now silence everybody here in overtime. First throw of overtime now. And that falls incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it's second down coming up. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Stafford now against the blitz. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Takes this in at the 25. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it's going to be Bears football. Ball at the 33 for first down. Now a give right side to Herbert. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Completed here to Komet. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. To throw, Williams. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Was hoping to get that one to Keenan Allen. And it sets up 2nd down. Working from the gun, Williams. Finds his target, Allen. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Rams set to go on offense once more. Each offense has had a chance to score now, Brock. Neither one could, so we're into sudden death. The next score wins it.
And wouldn't it be great, Kate, if we saw one of these defenses just take a turnover back for the winning touchdown? Really just surprise everybody here.
Love
It'll be a little tougher to do now, though. Both offenses a little more settled in.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. He missed the linebacker lurking, or he thought he could challenge him there and win. A 6-point mistake, Brock, either way.
Do you know, Kate, that you use that word as a verb, and quarterbacks, when we look at coverages, we use it as a noun. He's a lurker. You said he was lurking, and he was. And if you're not aware of that lurker, that free defender who's got eyes on you, well, they can make you pay just as he did.
So the Bears come away with the win. And in overtime, it was their defense who actually came up with the heroics. Not by making a stop, but by being the ones to score that game-ending touchdown. What an unexpected and exciting way to conclude this incredible ball game. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners, as we say so long from Chicago.